investigation, it emerged that millions of pounds from the British taxpayer had gone missing.
Not fully disclosed in our public documents, which are open.
Following Chapman's death in 1982, it was discovered that Lotus had been paid for engineering work by a Swiss-based Panamanian firm. When a Lotus Group accountant was put on trial subsequently, the presiding judge said that, had Chapman lived, he would have been sentenced to at least 10 years for his role in the scandal. Colin Chapman died in December 1982, still running a race team at the forefront of innovation. On the night he died, Team Lotus tested the first Formula One car to run using active suspension. Known for always pushing the envelope with his designs, testing the limits of both physics and engineering, Chapman was an innovator whose greatest ideas were banned by regulations consigned to the annals of history. But the concepts that he applied to his cars can still be found permeating the sport to this day. Chapman's work on ground effect and the skirts that sprung from the concept were quickly banned, but once engineers had been given a taste of extreme downforce, they began to pursue it wherever possible. The wind tunnel work, airflow modeling, and tricksy wing designs, all common to modern F1, have their roots in the concepts first trialed by Chapman and those engineers who worked alongside him and competed against him. While Team Lotus raced on until the early 1990s, securing several third-place finishes in the late 80s, the team never truly recovered from the loss of Chapman. By 1994, ongoing financial difficulties became too much to bear, and the company was put into administration in September before being formally wound up in January 1995. Even after its departure, the Team Lotus name remained an iconic one in the world of motorsport. Since the turn of the millennium, there have been multiple attempts to revive the name and legal battles over the rights to ownership, most notably in the early years of the current decade, when two F1 teams sought to race as Lotus.
Coming up in the news, the Minister of Youth, Sports and Culture addressing challenges with the upcoming New Year's Day Junkanoo Parade. Plus, the Fishing Hole Road closes and motorists are forced to divert their commute. And scores of nurses pull out of the healthcare system. Hear how this impacts Grand Bahama. The Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, starts now.
This is the Bahamas Tonight, Northern Edition.
Good evening and welcome to the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. I'm Ramiko Knowles. Thank you so much for tuning in. Topping news tonight, with just days before the return of the annual New Year's Day Junkanoo Parade, no concrete plans, including where residents can purchase tickets, have yet to be announced. Today, our Janina Thompson Everest speaks with the Minister of Youth, Sports and Culture, the Honorable Mario Boleg, who is shedding light on those concerns.
The Minister of Youth, Sports and Culture, the Honorable Mario K. Boleg, says that the New Year's Day Junkanoo Parade is expected to be a full-on celebration staged by the Grand Bahama Junkanoo Committee. However, at this stage, residents have yet to hear details of the Junkanoo Parade. During a candid interview with Minister Boleg, he says that the Ministry of Youth, Sports and Culture have stepped in to assist. Boleg says he spoke with Junkanoo officials on the island about organizing a committee as the same as New Providence Junkanoo Corporation to ensure a similar smooth process. But due to some hiccups, that was a major cause in the delay of public announcements on Junkanoo.
That group would have been organized in Grand Bahama and was supposed to be responsible for the organization of the parade by ensuring that the groups covered there and responsible for a few other things. However, taking in consideration that this would have been their first year, Norris Bean had a meeting with themselves along with the NJC, and they decided that the ministry will proceed with the full operations of the parade at this time, to give that committee some time to garner the experience what they need to do, so that next year they'll be able to take it over. So that would have been probably some of the delays in getting some information out.
But he gives this insight into the upcoming parade. He shares that there is a ticketing system, bleachers, and a few other prerequisites.
Tickets go on sales at the C.A. Smith Complex from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. There will be bleachers, as I've been advised by Deputy Director of Sports, Norris Bain, for the North Islands of the Bahamas, that the bleachers are being placed now on Pioneers Way. And so we expect about 3,000 seats of bleachers. I understand the tickets go on sale 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. and the price of the tickets is $10. So all is a go for Grand Bahama. The preparation is coming on. May have been a little slow, but I think when all said and done, Grand Bahama should look for a very competitive, well-organized parade.
Despite the challenges, the minister is encouraging Grand Bahamians to support the parade as they continue to work out the kinks.
We must remain focused on the job at hand as the ministry. And so for all of those who are receiving rumors, social media sometimes seems to be the barrier of facts to some people instead of them seeking out the facts. But that's just sad when people go straight to social media and use it, whatever's being said out there as facts, when it's easy to just go and find out the facts and go to the real source, and which would have been the ministry in Grand Bahama and the Ministry of Youth, Sports and Culture.
The minister will be in attendance at the New Year's Day Junkanoo and is hoping that Grand Bahamians enjoy the 2023 parade. For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Jolanda Thompson Everest.
In other news, the Ministry for Grand Bahama announced the official closure of the Fishing Hole Bridge on Wednesday after motorists' concerns about the hazardous conditions of the causeway. Videos of drivers sliding in the road while wet were circulated. Tonight, an official from the Grand Bahama Port Authority City Maintenance Department provides an update on the roadworks and sends a stern message to motorists. Simone Davis reports.
Motorists have been concerned about the hazardous driving conditions of the Fishing Hole Bridge for some time now, as some even took to social media sharing videos of what they described as an accident waiting to happen.
Right now we have a big accident on the bridge now. Bridge block up. I mean, this accident happen in the same place every day on the bridge and they won't fix it.
Another video circulating over the weekend showing vehicles losing control while traversing on the slippery roadway.
I seen it firsthand on the cement area of the causeway. We need to find a way to fix this. Cars are sliding and bucking up into one another and spinning around in the middle of the road.
A statement issued by the Ministry for Grand Bahama yesterday revealed that following consultation with the Ministry of Works and Utilities, the Grand Bahama Port Authority and other stakeholders, the Fishing Hole Road Causeway would be closed for emergency engineering remediation. We caught up to City Maintenance Manager at the Grand Bahama Port Authority, Troy McIntosh, who says teams were dispatched to the site as soon as possible.
We were able to, on the GBPA side, mobilize very quickly, prepare the service road, put in the necessary signs, caution signs as well, and speed limit signs, so that persons can be detoured to an area that's safe, drivable, within a very short period.
When asked what could possibly be causing the road to become slippery when it rains, McIntosh said this.
It may be oil that's on the surface, on the concrete surface. As you know, oil and concrete don't mix. And so with the oil there, without water, there may be no issue. But once you have either condensation or some type of rain, the water will then become what you call a slick surface.
He is warning motorists to drive with due care and caution during this time after several drivers ran through the caution cones at the foot of the bridge last night. Motorists are also urged to divert their commute through the former roadway linking West Grand Bahama to Freeport. He says this project is expected to be completed in less than 2 months. For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Simone Davis.
Well, 600 nurses needed throughout the public system within the country. That, according to PHA's managing director. This as there continues to be an urgent need for more nurses, as many have resigned within the past few years. Today, the Rand Memorial Hospital administrator is speaking to how this has impacted health care on Grand Bahama. Jolanda Thompson-Everest reports.
The healthcare system seeing an increase in nurses withdrawing their services from public health. According to Administrator Jessica Cartwright, 14 nurses have resigned from the Grand Bahama Health Services this year. Cartwright revealing that while some nurses have been recruited, some have reported being burnt out, as others have left naturally through the attrition of retirement.
Last year, we lost about 19 nurses through resignations, and this year we lost about 14. Now, for Grand Bahama Health Services, that is significant because we don't normally see nurses resign. And prior to 2019, prior to Dorian, our attrition rate for resignation in particular was under 10. And so to see a number like 19 and 14 is significant for us, and it does play a great deal on our deficits, not only for the hospital, but also our community clinics and our community services.
She admits that many nurses in the past have also voiced their concerns on working long and overdrawn extended hours.
There has been attrition, like you alluded to, not only internationally, but some have gone into the private sector because of, at the time, better wages. And as we both know, the agreement has sought to rectify that for the PHA and for the public nurses. The hours of work, well, nurses work on their feet for 12-hour shifts. And so it is very, very hard on a nurse for 10 to 12 hours to be up and down with patients. Sometimes, again, because of the shortage, nurses pull double shifts. They work overtime. And so as a result, they do work some long hours.
The hospital administrator sharing that despite the challenges, PHA will continue to do their part to give residents the best service.
I think morale is important. I think creating an environment where staff feel appreciated for what they bring to the table is extremely important. A simple thank you can go a long way. And nurses are not in it for the money. Real nurses are there to render care, and they just want to know they are appreciated for what they do and that they would be recognized when they do what they do well.
The Public Hospital Authority has entered an agreement with the Bahamas Nurses Union in July of this year, which speaks of benefits such as improved wages, time consideration, and a retention bonus. Administrator Cartwright ending on an encouraging note, stating that nurses are valuable and what they bring to the table no one can compare. For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Jolanda Thompson-Everest.
Well, 4 juvenile males returning to the magistrate's court this morning to answer to charges relating to an incident that occurred in Port Lacaya on Christmas Eve, where a group of teenagers allegedly assaulted a security officer on duty. Our ZNS News team sat in on the court proceedings. 4 juvenile males were hauled before the court in connection with an altercation that occurred on Christmas Eve in the Port Lacaya marketplace. 2 15-year-olds and 2 16-year-olds appearing before Magistrate Charlton Smith to answer to the charge of causing harm. The parents, 3 mothers and a father, sat next to the teenagers in court. Before the hearing, they were able to hug and talk with their children who had been detained at the Central Police Station overnight. Magistrate Charlton Smith addressed the juveniles by name as the proceedings got underway. They were all facing the judge while standing. The sole father, who was representing his son in court, apologized to the judge. The judge said, "You have not inconvenienced me," to which the father replied, "Yes, I have inconvenienced the entire court system and the Bahamas, and I apologize." The prosecution then spoke to the judge, indicating that while they had no issues with bail, there were certain restrictions. While the case is pending in court, the prosecution requested that the juveniles be subjected to a curfew and be prohibited from entering the Port Lacaya marketplace. The judge granted bail to the juveniles in the amount of $2,500 with one surety, with the conditions that they could not enter the Port Lacaya marketplace and could not interfere with the virtual complainant, which included refraining from discussing the incident on social media. However, the judge said he won't place a curfew on the minors as they are under their parents' responsibility. He then charged the parents to take into account the actions of their children and the concern that they have placed on the Bahamian people as the video was circulating throughout social media. Additionally, the judge reminded the parents of the teenagers' ages, warning them that if their behavior is not curbed, they would wind up in court to be tried as adults. Magistrate Smith then addressed one of the youngsters, who is currently on bail for another case before the court. He told him that if he ended up in court again, it would imply that he is uncontrollable and that if he cannot behave responsibly in society, there is a place for him to be. The juveniles were ordered release upon meeting the bail conditions and will return to court on February 9th, 2023 to appear before a juvenile panel. The prosecution reminded the judge that they are all in school and should return to court in school uniform. Well, two females ages 67 and 26 are arraigned on 2 counts of possession of dangerous drugs and possession of dangerous drugs with intent to supply. Both women pleaded not guilty. Bail was granted to the 67-year-old in the amount of $4,000 with 1 or 2 sureties. This matter was adjourned to Tuesday, March 28th of 2023. Meanwhile, the 26-year-old was granted bail in the sum of $3,000 with 1 or 2 sureties. The young woman is required to sign in at the Southwestern Police Station on Monday and Fridays between 8 p.m. She is expected back before the courts on Thursday, April 20th of next year. Well, a male was arraigned in the Freeport Magistrates Court on possession of unlicensed firearm and possession of ammunition. He pleaded not guilty and was granted bail in the sum of $4,000 with 1 or 2 sureties. He will be fitted with an electronic monitoring device and is required to sign in at the 8 Mile Rock Police Station on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays before 8 p.m. The matter has been adjourned to Monday, March 27th of next year. And when we come back, a local business establishment is now without a storefront following a massive blaze at a plaza. That story, the latest in sports from the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, continues.
Come on down now. Come on down now.
This holiday season, whether you've been naughty or nice, Pizza Hut has a gift for you. Order our Joy Bundle. A large 1-topping pizza, 10 Hershey chocolate dunkers, and a 2-liter Coca-Cola for just $22.50 plus VAT. And enter to win a gift card from Kelly's Freeport, a Nintendo Switch Lite, a TV, a plane ticket, a Chromebook, and free pizza for a year when you purchase the Joy Bundle. Head to Pizza Hut downtown, 352-9191.
Come and see the cabinets and countertops in stock now at Specialty Kitchen and Bath, number 16 Oak Street, phone 688-9661.
Grand Lucine New Year's Eve Gala at Portobello's. 4-course dinner, live band party favors, lots of fun. Phone 373-1333 for more information.
Shape Your Crate will be open during Junkanoo at its location, number 9 West Mall Drive, from 3 p.m. to 11 p.m. Call them at 688-4273.
Playtown Sports been on the island since 1996. Playtown Sports, we are an agent for Nike and Jordan. We specialize in Nike footwear and apparel. Everything Nike we carry. We also have Puma, we also carry Reeboks, just to name a few. Beside everything else, we carry everything sporting goods. Whatever you need in sporting goods for baseball, soccer, softball, tennis, everything in sports, you come to Playtown Sports. We are temporary now at the Bullets Plaza. You could go call us at 351-6935. You could reach us at a cell phone, 727-0082. And we are on Facebook as well. Our store hours from 9 to 6, Monday through Saturday. We only close on Sundays.
The good feeling that they give us as members and the Junkanooers is when we are coming through, we see the crowd just running to the barricades to see us. You know, that's a great feeling.
Join us live on Pioneer's Way for the 2023 New Year's Day Junkanoo Parade.
Your #1 news team covering the North. The Bahamas Tonight, Northern Edition.
Welcome back. A local business establishment is now without a storefront following a massive blaze at a plaza on Peachtree Street. The plaza consists of 6 units, 2 of which were impacted by the fire. Assistant Superintendent of Police Stephen Roll says the Grand Bahama Fire Department were dispatched to the scene shortly after 1 a.m. where they met a portion of the building engulfed in flames.
The fire was eventually extinguished, and 2 of the businesses in that plaza were destroyed by fire. At this time, that matter is under active investigation. If arson is suspected, and once they complete the investigation, whoever is responsible will be dealt with. And the police are appealing to anybody who have any information that relates to anything regarding this fire on yesterday's evening. So please contact the fire department at 350-3415 or 911 or 919.
The business establishment was a liquor store, and Roll says the contents were insured. As for the other businesses that were not damaged by the fire, the press liaison officer says they will have to go through inspections before reopening.
Based on the fire and fire investigation, once they do the inspection, they will determine whether or not it's safe or even conducive to operate any business in that plaza based on the fire destroying 2 of the businesses already in that location.
Your check on sports is up next with Jay Philippe.
Good evening, I'm Jay Philippe, and welcome to yet another exciting edition of sports right here in the North. First in sports, golf.
Grand Bahamian Cameron Riley in his first Corn Ferry tour emerged as the champion of the Corn Ferry qualifier for the Great Abaco Classic this past weekend. It was his first professional win on the circuit. Now with the win, Riley won the rights to represent the Bahamas in the Classic at the Abaco Club January 22nd through the 29th.
The competition was fierce with Devon Robinson. It came down to a playoff, and fortunately, I kept my medal and was able to win the playoff. But yeah, it was a great experience. The game was solid. Still some things I need to clean up on before the big tournament on January 22nd. But yeah, my game was very solid, and I was proud of, it wasn't my best day, but, I was still competing, and it just showed that I didn't need my best to win the tournament, which is a huge confidence booster for me. So just looking forward to, 2023 is going to be a pretty big year. And yeah, excited to represent the Bahamas at home.
Switching gears now from the pool to the courts, Bimini product Bradley Lightburn getting buckets at the junior college level for Kansas City Community College. The 6'4" combo guard is leading the team in scoring with nearly 19 points per game and also leads the team with 6.4 rebounds per game. As far as league leaders, his 18.4 points per game ranks him 3rd overall in the Kansas Jayhawk Community College Conference while shooting 50% from the field. The Blue Devils are 9-5 on the year. Still in hoops, Tabernacle Falcons senior boys basketball team won their second game at the Arby's Classic against Gate City High, 54-47. The Falcons was led by Bradley on McDonald with 14 points and 20 rebounds to go along with 3 block shots. Noah Bain added 9 points in the contest. The Falcons will play again on Saturday. Also, the St. George's Jaguars was in action again at the Providence Basketball Classic in the nation's capital. The Jaguars lost to C.I. Gibson 32-27. Kivara Russell and Devon Rigby both scored 6 points in the game.
And also tonight, Buddy Hield will be in action against the Cleveland Cavaliers at 7 p.m. That's a quick check on sports, ladies and gents. I'm Jay Philippe. As always, be blessed.
For designer shoes, sandals, accessories, and handbags, visit Steppin' Out, now at 2 locations, Old Sam's Plaza, Freeport, and top of the hill, Mackey Street, Nassau. Steppin' Out, when you want to put your best foot forward.
Ice the coconut got this, cocoa skin driven madness, juiciness, ice the back this, sweet like sugar in a dripping like ice, honey, addict, all of my love me, sweet like sugar in a watch it go watch it go watch it go sweet like sugar in a
new Colin platinum flavored beers with a kick of rum. Make it platinum.
Did you hear that? Did you hear the sound? It sounds like Christmas is right around the corner. And island bedding is prepared. Living room set, coffee tables, and pillows. Lamps, accents, dining room tables, and island bedding. Pasta salt. And we're just getting started. You asked, and we have listened. We're back on Saturdays from 10 to 3. See you there.
Hey, I'm D'Amico Nesbitt. Welcome back to Health Bites, and today we're going to help you with your Christmas shopping. We're at the Raven Mall at the Fitness Connection. We got some Christmas gift items for your loved ones. Come on, let's check it out. Some of our most popular Christmas gift items are the blenders and the juicers, because who doesn't like the juice? We got the Power XL self-cleaning juicer, and also NutriBullets and Magic Bullets, and even portable wireless blenders, so you can take it on the go. Another popular gift item is our air fryers. We have this brand new one. It's an air fryer and a grilling one. We also have 7-quart, 2-quart, 12-quart, all the different sizes. So you have a lot of different sizes to choose from, no matter what that loved one needs. Let's take a walk over here. What better gift than the gift of health and fitness? We have exercise equipment, treadmills, bikes, ellipticals, and even weights. Weight set, dumbbells, adjustable dumbbells, and so on, benches. All these can make a great gift that's going to keep on giving, because they're going to use it to help work on their health and fitness throughout the year. So this is another great gift option. Now, if you can't choose from any of these things, we also have gift cards. So if you know someone who's into health and fitness, or who needs to be into health and fitness, you can always buy them a gift card and let them come on in and pick what they want. Thanks for tuning in, and I hope to see you again next time.
It's the day of. New Year's Day, your costume's on, your makeup is on, your hair's fixed, you touch the road.
In the bleachers, you watch Junkanoo. On the road, you are Junkanoo.
It's time to show them what we came for, and to be honest with you, we're coming for everything that was not given to us.
Athletes across the northern Bahamas inspire us with their performances on and off the field. ZNS is proud to honor these competitors with our Athlete of the Month award. We will select an athlete whose story and accomplishments represents the best in their sporting discipline. Tune in to find out who will be the Athlete of the Month. Will an athlete be you?
Athlete of the Month is brought to you by Buddy Buckets. Buddy Buckets, you call the shots. Your #1 news team covering the North. The Bahamas Tonight, Northern Edition.
Roche and Roshan, you are our Facebook friends of the day. The twins are celebrating their birthday today, and we hope you've had a fantastic day. And that concludes the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. On behalf of the entire news team here in the North, I'm Ramiko Knowles. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Be sure to stay tuned as the Bahamas Tonight continues.
Coming up in the Bahamas tonight, the National Report. Government to defend overflight fees complaint with airlines in the U.S. FTX wants its donations back. A former parliamentarian lies in state. And in sports, another monster night for DeAndre Ayton. The Bahamas tonight, the National Report starts now.
ZNS News and BTC are linking up to bring you Junkanoo live from Bay. Link up for a BTC Christmas today.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Jimenita Swain, and this is the Bahamas Tonight, the National Report. Thanks so much for tuning in. The government moving aggressively to address a complaint filed by some of its partners in the aviation sector in order to mitigate any negative fallout in the tourism industry. Fern Carey leads us off tonight.
Deputy Prime Minister and Tourism Investments and Aviation Minister, the Honorable Chester Cooper, says steps are being taken to resolve the matter involving a complaint filed against the Bahamas by some 8 U.S. airlines. They are alleging discrimination in the collection of Bahamian airspace fees. The joint complaint was filed on December 19th with the U.S. Department of Transportation. The Tourism and Aviation Minister maintained that there was consultation in the rollout of the overflight charging system, including concurrence with the International Regulatory Body for Aviation, the ICAO. He described the matter as a misunderstanding.
This will be resolved through dialogue with the airlines, through diplomacy, but also we will respond appropriately through legal means to the actual complaint. So there are two prongs to our approach. Firstly, direct consultation with the airlines. Secondly, a legal response. We have retained local and U.S. counsel. And thirdly, a diplomatic response. And we are confident that we will come to a resolve that's in the best interest of the Bahamian people.
The Tourism and Aviation Minister says the Bahamas will continue to comply with international standards in the collection of airspace fees.
We assert our right to manage and charge for the use of our sovereign airspace. And we will comply with the international standard of doing so, with transparency, with fairness, and with consultation.
He says the airlines are valued partners in the country's tourism product.
We have enjoyed a significantly positive relationship with them, particularly over the course of the last year. We have seen a significant increase in airlift. We've seen a significant increase in tourism. And aviation and tourism, as you know, work hand in hand. I like to say that aviation is the oxygen for tourism.
Meantime, the Tourism and Aviation Minister said he is confident that the matter will be resolved in the best interests of all sides. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Fern Carey.
5.3 million tourists visited the shores of the Bahamas from January to October. That number up by 1.2 million for the same period in 2021. The Central Bank of the Bahamas' monthly economic and financial developments report for November confirmed a robust rebound in the country's tourism sector that took a hit due to the COVID-19 pandemic. The report notes the number exceeds a 79.8% growth from the year prior, with the country realizing growth in all major source markets. In fact, arrivals for the year to October are up 341.5%. Air arrivals are up 71.5%, and cruise arrivals are up 687.6%. For hotel properties, room nights have sold have risen 50%. The central bank report says in October, passenger arrivals by first port of entry grew by 570,154, up from 260,942 visitors in October of 2021. Sea arrivals increased to 484,480 from 204,067 the year before. Similarly, air traffic grew to 85,674, up from 56,875 last year, surpassing pre-pandemic levels, also reflecting 114.1% of air arrivals registered in 2019. While still talking tourism, despite a record number of cruise passengers on Bahamian shores this holiday season, President of the Festival Place Tenants Association, Yvette Prince, says they've been challenged. This due to a new exit at the cruise port under construction, which is directed away from the makeshift market where vendors sell their goods. Speaking to our news team, Prince says although Bay Street is crawling with tourists, those tourists are unaware that the vendors are actually there.
The area has been empty a lot, so it's been very challenging because if you don't have any traffic, you don't have any business. We're having the numbers now. We just need the traffic to pass through this area because, the numbers don't mean anything to us if they're not passing in this area. So we need the traffic. Without traffic, we have no business.
Ministry of Tourism Global Relations consultant Senator Randy Roll says their concerns have been noted and that stakeholders have been in remediation mode since they were made aware. As he also says, the goal is to place signage in relevant areas, hopefully rectifying the concern within 48 hours.
We've been working with Mike Moore and his team at the cruise port to make sure we have a steady flow and to make sure that traffic flows from the cruise port into downtown and we're able to accommodate all of the vendors that are right behind Rawson Square. Our thing is, once we have the numbers, we want to also make sure that we execute. We want to make sure that everyone feels the impact.
It's been settled that Boxing Day dispute over the coverage of Junkanoo making it to the country's CEO who intervened and brought an end to that saga. It all started with the disruption of ZNS's signal on cable TV, with viewers being redirected to channel 212 to watch the parade. We understand that the confusion that led to the disruption of the ZNS signal on cable TV was created by a misunderstanding of what rights were given to Alive and Cable Bahamas by the JCNP. However, ZNS News understands that the broadcast rights were the responsibility of the Ministry of Youth, Sports and Culture and were granted to ZNS as well as Cable Bahamas legitimately. While the nation's chief, Prime Minister the Honorable Philip Davis, at his Cable Beach office, met with representatives from all sides today, including the BCB, REV, Cable Bahamas, Alive, BTC, the JCNP, and representatives of the National Junkanoo Committee and the Ministry of Youth, Sports and Culture. Cable Bahamas was softly chastised for disrupting the BCB signal, and all sides have pledged to avoid a reoccurrence. The New Year's Day parade is expected to be broadcast without incident. You're watching the Bahamas Tonight, the National Report. More news in a moment.
This portion of the news was brought to you by Sun Oil Limited Shell, fueling journeys that matter.
This Christmas season, stream with faster speeds. The unforgettable things we all have to see. Share every memory. Link up for Christmas. Link up with BTC. We are family.
BTC will make this festive season fun and fast with BTC's fiber internet. Sign up and BTC will give you 1 month free or go postpaid and get unlimited Facebook and WhatsApp.
Link up for Christmas. Link up with BTC.
Christmas coming here is all around. Christmas back in town. Christmas coming here is all around.
Christmas is coming, and your fingers know it.
Christmas back in town. Christmas back in town. Christmas back in town. Oh yeah, I can feel Christmas back in town.
For a finger-licking good Christmas, KFC.
Back in town.
Trouble, it might drag you down. If you get lost, you can always be found. Just know you're not alone. 'Cause I'm gonna make this place your home.
Disney Cruise Line cast and crew are here at the Ranfurly home, bringing holiday cheer as a part of our initiative, Wishes Set Sail, in celebration of our newest ship, the Disney Wish. Our time here at the Ranfurly home is just one way we're spreading holiday cheer throughout the Bahamas through our Wishes Set Sail initiative. Earlier this month, we provided books and gifts to students at schools in Central and South Abaco and in Central and South Eleuthera.
The children got an opportunity to take pictures with Mickey, and Mickey high-five and fist bumped them. They were in Disney heaven. So that was one of the most memorable moments for me.
Thanks for staying with us. The Minister of National Security, the Honorable Wayne Munro, says officials are focused on preventing prison from becoming a school for criminals. He says with the majority of prisoners eventually released back into society, it's important not to add to the recidivism rate and work towards reforming. In his own career, the Minister of National Security says he's seen individuals who were incarcerated for minor crimes recruited into gangs within the walls of the prison, get released and graduate to more serious crimes.
Moving to seek to be accredited as a correctional institution. The concept of a correctional institution is to correct your behavior, to correct the behavior that brought you to the institution. And so we're moving to improve the conditions so that you can't have somebody with influence being able to recruit people because he can get them water, because he can get them food, things that they should have anyway, that he can keep them safe. They should be safe anyway. These are the tools that are being used to recruit people in our prisons to street gangs.
Munro says it's also crucial to prepare prisoners for life after prison. He says if they went into prison marginal, convicted individuals are then released with a disadvantage. To this end, Munro says officials are looking to upskill them to provide them with skills to assimilate into society.
They're starting now to reintroduce the classification, to introduce the training at the moment. I'm trying to encourage the agencies to work together. And so we have a police garage that perhaps we can use that as a vehicle for training inmates for mechanical servicing. And the commissioner and his team are very driven.
Well, a joint effort between the Royal Bahamas Police Force and Bahamas Customs resulting in the arrest of a 34-year-old Canadian man who was caught with 149 pounds of suspected marijuana Wednesday afternoon. Our airport police and officers from Bahamas Customs conducted a search of the Canadian's luggage and discovered the drugs. The Canadian was subsequently arrested. The drugs have an estimated street value of $300,000. The failed cryptocurrency exchange FTX has begun taking steps to have donations made by its former management team returned. According to U.S. reports, under the FTX founder and former CEO Sam Bankman-Fried, FTX donated millions of dollars to politicians and charities, and now it wants it all back. FTX reportedly intends to begin legal action before the bankruptcy court in the United States to require the return of those monies, with interest accruing from the date of action commenced. The company also shared an email, FTX Repay at ftx.us, that persons who receive donations can use to voluntarily return the money. Bankman-Fried was reportedly one of the largest political donors in the United States, giving to both Democratic and Republican causes. He also donated to charities here in the Bahamas. The 30-year-old is currently out on $250 million bail and under house arrest at his parents' home in the United States after being extradited to the U.S. from the Bahamas last week. He's facing 8 fraud-related charges connected to the collapse of FTX. His trial is set to begin in a New York court on January 3rd of 2023, and if convicted on all counts, Bankman-Fried could spend the rest of his life in prison. In other news, as of Wednesday, the South Beach Health Center resumed triage services for persons experiencing respiratory symptoms. This service will be offered Monday to Friday between the hours of 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. The public is also reminded that the following community clinics are open Monday to Friday. Elizabeth Estates from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m., Flamingo Gardens from 8 a.m. to 9 p.m., Fleming Street from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m., Adelaide from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., and Gambert from 9 a.m. to 5. The Ministry of Health and Wellness thanks the public for their patience during the South Beach Health Center's closure and staggered services reopening period. It's now time for the weekly poll question, and this week we're asking, which parade do you prefer, Boxing or New Year's Day? To participate, simply log on to our website, www.ZNSBahamas.com, as well as any of our social media platforms to answer. The poll's final results will be aired on Friday. As always, thanks for participating. The National Report returns in a moment. Stay with us.
Feeling that they give us as members and the Junkanoo is when we are coming through and we see the crowd just running to the barricades to see us. You know, that's a great feeling.
Join us live on Pioneer's Way for the 2023 New Year's Day Junkanoo Parade.
For hurricane season, we got impact windows and doors. For protection, just come to our store. Plus we got tiles to pretty up your walls and your floors. We'll help you brighten up for that big bad storm. Porcelain tiles, blank tiles, mosaic tiles, a variety of styles. Before teens get right, they gotta be rough. That's why we got the best deals in the whole Bahamas. Hey, hey.
The most rewarding time of the year. To RBC. Get a loan to buy whatever. RBC makes it better. Get a loan and don't pay till New Year.
Make Christmas what you want it to be with a personal loan from RBC. Apply at rbc.com/Caribbean/loan and don't pay till February 2023. RBC makes it better.
Get a loan and don't pay till New Year. To RBC.
Did you know that anyone can contact a management authority like the BNT asking for an area of land or sea to be protected?
The authority works with local communities and scientists to understand the importance of the area and how people use it. A report is then sent to Cabinet for a final decision on creation of a protected area. During the consultation process, communities give their opinions on what should be allowed if an area becomes protected. This helps determine whether the MPA should be highly protected or multi-use.
We're often asked, why can't we decide on the rules in advance? Specific rules cannot be decided until we know if the government has approved the area and assigned a management authority who will develop the rules and management plan.
This ensures the needs of the community and environment are met, but more research, community discussions, personnel, and funding are required to complete the process. Visit Bahamas Protected on Facebook to learn more. See the future.
During 2022, Family Guardian was honored to provide tangible assistance to numerous Bahamian communities, organizations, and charities, including the Bahamas Kidney Association, Bahamas Humane Society, Bahamas Crisis Center, Stapleton School, Salvation Army School for the Blind, Nurses Association, Persis Rogers Home for the Aged, Grand Bahama Children's Home, 4D Stallions Track Club, Rhythm and Youth Rake and Scrape Band, Cancer Society of the Bahamas, Reach Out Youth Organization, Falcon Boys Club, Royal Bahamas Police Force Dependents Trust, PACE, Sister Sister Breast Cancer Support Group, the Down Syndrome Center, Great Commission Ministries, and Every Child Counts Special Needs School. Our record of corporate giving speaks for itself, and our commitment to positively impact the communities where we work and live remains a foundational principle for our company. As the year draws to a close, we would like to say thank you to our clients and a Merry Christmas and a healthy, happy, and prosperous New Year to all from the management and staff of Family Guardian.
Good to grow, keeping you in the know, keeping you in the know. God, it's good enough to eat, and it's good to grow. It's good enough to eat, and it's good to grow.
It's safe to say that the 2022 Best of the Best Regatta was a huge success for all. Reverend Dr. Philip McPhee was busy the entire weekend announcing races, helping calculate scores, encouraging sailors, and even speaking with members of the public about the importance of regattas.
I was the originator of the Best of the Best. The first one. I brought it into existence. It was my idea.
While McPhee applauded all those involved in carrying on the tradition of the Best Regatta, he said his hope is that regattas in the Family Islands can be rejuvenated to draw larger crowds.
Well, a lot of people don't know that the Prime Minister put his backing behind anything that is national. And once it's Bahamian and it brings economic benefits to so many people to make something, because things are a little tough, and this is a golden opportunity for Nasuvians and other islands to come and make something for themselves. Our concern now is we must take the same concept to the Family of Islands, which once was very productive in regattas.
According to McPhee, more emphasis needs to be placed on sports like sailing to ensure that the youth of tomorrow have a better chance of bettering themselves.
Must make sports viable, important, and necessary. Without it, a country dies, because it involves young people and some old people in some sports, but basically young people. It gives them the opportunity to go to colleges and universities, get scholarship, earn a good living, and make a name for themselves worldwide. So it's important that more emphasis, much more, must be placed on sports development, and then you'll see many more young people contributing to the development of our country.
Thank you. Keeping you in the know with Good to Grow, I'm Georgie O'Bain.
Shell Unleaded improves your fuel economy, giving increased miles per gallon, allowing you to do more of what you really want. Special additives used in Shell Unleaded improve your engine's efficiency. So go further with Shell Unleaded. Venture out to beaches, Junkanoo, and festivals, and bring home memories that will last a lifetime. Shell, fueling journeys that matter.
Disney Cruise Line cast and crew are here at the Ranfully home, bringing holiday cheer as a part of our initiative, Wishes Set Sail, in celebration of our newest ship, the Disney Wish. Our time here at the Ranfully home is just one way we're spreading holiday cheer throughout the Bahamas through our Wishes Set Sail initiative. Earlier this month, we provided books and gifts to students at schools in Central and South Abaco and in Central and South Eleuthera.
The children got an opportunity to take pictures with Mickey, and Mickey high-five and fist bump them. They were in Disney heaven. So that was one of the most memorable moments for me.
Bon voyage from Miss Universe Bahamas, the 28-year-old beauty queen jetting off from Lyndon Pindling International Airport earlier today with her eyes on the coveted Miss Universe title. For the next 2 weeks, Angel Cartwright will participate in a series of preliminaries, all leading up to the big day, the 71st installment of the Miss Universe pageant set for January 14th in New Orleans, Louisiana. There, Angel will compete against more than 80 women under the platform There Is No Planet B, one inspired by the islands of the Bahamas. It's a moment the private banker and former Miss Teen Bahamas International says she's been waiting for her entire life.
For me, the stakes are so high to have always wanted to compete at Miss Universe. And with the phenomenal performance of last year, I can only dream of a higher placement. This is such a dream come true. As a little girl, so many women compete for this honor, and it's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. I have done everything that I possibly can to do my best to represent my country, and I only ask for love, support, and kindness going forward.
Also making news tonight, the Prime Minister, along with other politicians, members of the judiciary, and community leaders, among those paying their respects to former Senator and parliamentarian Edward Andrew Dudd Maynard as he lie in state in the foyer of the Senate building in Parliament Square today. Deputy Prime Minister, the Honourable Chester Cooper, noted that Mr. Maynard's contributions to the political arena is etched in the history of the country. He said that while he didn't know the late senator personally, Maynard's son, Charles, was his contemporary.
So, friend and foe on both sides of the political divide, respect Andrew Dudd Maynard as a political genius and who held no prisoners. So I know Charles and I know Paul, who is the union leader. And the scripture says, ye shall know him by his fruits. And therefore, I make the assumption that he was a fighter.
A state-recognized funeral will be held for Mr. Maynard on Friday, December 30th at 11 a.m. at St. Agnes Anglican Church on Blue Hill Road. Interment will follow in Woodlawn Gardens Cemetery. Meantime, opposition leader, the Honourable Michael Pindard, said Mr. Maynard played a pivotal role in both the Free National Movement and the Progressive Liberal Party.
As you all would be aware, was an integral part of the Progressive Liberal Party. In its early days, played a pivotal role in multiple victories by that party. He later joined the Free National Movement, was extremely active in his son's career, and his son was an incredible politician, but more so a humanitarian. So he has contributed in a unique way to the political development of the Bahamas, and in similar fashion as Mr. Ingram, who is the longest-serving leader of the Free National Movement, he transitioned and joined us, and we were grateful in the Free National Movement for his sage advice and his fearlessness.
You watch them grow and make plans for them even before they're old enough to talk. You spend a lifetime of sacrifice to pave the way for their success and create a tomorrow you too can be proud of. Can you tell who is the investor? At Leno, we believe everyone who has ever put a penny aside for a future dream is an investor. If you're new to investing, Leno's financial experts stand ready to design plans based on your goals. Let's sit down and explore the options one-on-one and see how, together, we can make your dreams come true. Whether considering traditional investments like a new home, car, your own business, security in retirement, or your child's college fund, we take the confusion out of the process and make an investor out of you. Call 396-3225 for an appointment. Leno, your bridge to the future.
First we plan, then we innovate, then we build. At Bahamas Striping Group of Companies, we are committed to quality, to safety, and to service. We know that the road you take is just as important as your final destination. At Bahamas Striping Group of Companies, it is our job to make sure the road and the ride are as smooth as possible. From striping roads to building them, we are the right choice, the trusted choice, the only choice to help you build your tomorrow.
Bon voyage from Miss Universe Bahamas, the 28-year-old beauty queen jetting off from Lyndon Pindley International airport earlier today with her eyes on the coveted Miss Universe title. For the next 2 weeks, Angel Cartwright will participate in a series of preliminaries, all leading up to the big day, the 71st installment of the Miss Universe pageant set for January 14th in New Orleans, Louisiana. There, Angel will compete against more than 80 women under the platform There Is No Planet B, one inspired by the islands of the Bahamas. It's a moment the private banker and former Miss Teen Bahamas International says she's been waiting for her entire life.
For me, the stakes are so high to have always wanted to compete at Miss Universe. And with the phenomenal performance of last year, I can only dream of a higher placement. This is such a dream come true. As a little girl, so many women compete for this honor, and it's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. I have done everything that I possibly can to do my best to represent my country, and I only ask for love, support, and kindness going forward.
Also making news tonight, the Prime Minister, along with other politicians, members of the judiciary, and community leaders, among those paying their respects to former Senator and parliamentarian Edward Andrew Dudd Maynard as he lie in state in the foyer of the Senate building in Parliament Square today. Deputy Prime Minister, the Honorable Chester Cooper, noted that Mr. Maynard's contributions to the political arena is etched in the history of the country. He said that while he didn't know the late senator personally, Maynard's son Charles was his contemporary.
So friend and foe on both sides of the political divide, respect Andrew Dudd Maynard as a political genius and who held no prisoners. So I know Charles and I know Paul, who is the union leader. And the scripture says, "Ye shall know him by his fruits." And therefore, I make the assumption that he was a fighter.
A state-recognized funeral will be held for Mr. Maynard on Friday, December 30th at 11 a.m. at St. Agnes Anglican Church on Blue Hill Road. Interment will follow in Woodlawn Gardens Cemetery. Meantime, opposition leader, the Honorable Michael Pindard, said Mr. Maynard played a pivotal role in both the Free National Movement and the Progressive Liberal Party.
As you all would be aware, was an integral part of the Progressive Liberal Party. In its early days, played a pivotal role in multiple victories by that party. He later joined the Free National Movement, was extremely active in his son's career, and his son was an incredible politician, but more so a humanitarian. So he has contributed in a unique way to the political development of the Bahamas, and in similar fashion as Mr. Ingram, who is the longest-serving leader of the Free National Movement, he transitioned and joined us, and we were grateful in the Free National Movement for his sage advice and his fearlessness.
Solomon's, we're all about family. We believe in quality brands and giving you what you need and more for every occasion. Our store is filled with items for the entire family, celebrating everyday living for you and those you love. Shopping is now more rewarding than ever with My Solomon's Smart Rewards. Shop Solomon's because family matters.
Link up with BTC and call it one and done. Link up with BTC and call it one and done.
I'm Corval Pfeiffer. We all love Junkanoo, but not all of us were able to make it to Bay and Shirley Streets. So this past Boxing Day, many, and by many, I mean many of us, made it to New Providence's Entertainment Mega Center for a party hosted by BTC, ZNS, and Fusion Superplex.
So we're here at Fusion Superplex, and this is the first ever Junkanoo watch party that we're hosting here in collaboration with Fusion and our partners with the Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas. So persons who are here at Fusion, they get the opportunity to sit in comfortable seats, have easy access to restrooms, have the opportunity to win some great prizes, and they get to watch Junkanoo on the big screen here at Fusion.
Yeah, we're excited because we're giving giveaways to the patrons who are viewing the parade through our technologically advanced theaters, whereas we have the best sound, the best screen. We're also going to be serving food, as you see behind me, to the customers and the patrons, as well as we have other areas of the facility open for the kids to come out to enjoy themselves. We have the play area as well as the arcade open. So we encourage you, please come down, check out Fusion, and enjoy the parade. Go Saxons.
They're all excited. Persons will have already won TVs, weekend stays, Western Air tickets. So everybody's excited right now because they're not only enjoying the Junkanoo Parade, they're having good food, and they're also winning prizes. All of this courtesy of BTC. Special thanks to our partners Fusion and, of course, the Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas.
It's always great having fun with your friends. We are wishing you all a safe and fun-filled Junkanoo season. Here's to making more of the moments that move us. I'm Corbell Piper. Happy holidays, everyone. Be well, and be back here next. BTC Connection.
Join up for life insurance. Secure the ones that you love. Join up with Family Guardian. We offer full protection. Join the family. Join the family. Family Guardian. Protect the ones you love. A friend that you can trust. Family Guardian.
For every $20 deposit, you're entered to win cash.
Bahamas Air, along with the Ministry of Social Services and Urban Development, provided youngsters of the ministry's Homes for Children with a special day away to Exuma treat on Monday. The children were accompanied by Minister of Social Services and Urban Development, the Honorable Obi Wolstrom, Bahamas Air staff, and the children's caregivers. They toured the island and spent time at Sandals Emerald Bay's Activity Center playing games such as musical chairs, ring toss, and fish to bottle. There were also bouncing castles, face painting, while Santa came to visit and provide gifts to all children in attendance. It's time now for a check on Family Island weather with Chief Meteorologist Basil Dean. Good evening, Basil.
Good evening, Jim and Edie. We're under mostly clear skies. Temperature 77 degrees. The relative humidity at 79%. We have east-northeast winds at 14 miles per hour. The barometric pressure 1,020.4 millibars. That's 30.13 inches, and the pressure is steady. Temperatures around the Family Islands this evening, they are brought to you by Family Guardian Insurance Company. We're protecting you. 72 degrees in Freeport, Grand Bahama, Green Toll, Key, and Marshall, Barbacoa. The Berry Islands at 78. Allenstown, Bimini, 76 degrees, 77 in Harbor Island. Rock Sound, Eleuthera, 79 degrees. Black Point, Exuma, Kemp Space at Andros, and Fresh Creek and Central Andros, all at 78 degrees. 79s in Otterstown, Cadallum, San Salvador, Rumkey, and Georgetown. Exuma, 79s also in Regatta Island, Cloud, Sandal Island, and Crooked Island. Betsy Bay, Magona, 80 degrees. Acklands and Matutani, Nagua, 80. And the Turks and Caicos Islands at 79 degrees. And your boating forecast tonight is brought to you by Builders Mall, home of FYP, the Tile King, and the Paint Setter. For all areas tonight, easterly winds at 12 to 18 knots. Your wave height is going to be around 3 to 6 feet with caution flags in place. The high tide takes place at 1:28 in the morning. And then tomorrow in the northwest and central Bahamas, east to southeast winds, those winds reducing 10 to 15 knots, wave height subsiding 2 to 4 feet. Low tide occurs at 7:42 in the morning with a high tide at 1:42 in the afternoon. For the southeast Bahamas, east to southeast winds on Friday, 12 to 18 knots, wave height 3 to 6 feet, so we will maintain the caution flag for the southeast Bahamas tomorrow. And then on Saturday, for all areas, the winds become southeast, picking up again in the northwest and central Bahamas back to 12 to 18 knots, wave heights bumping up 3 to 6 feet. So once again, caution flag throughout the 700 islands on Saturday. Your low tide, that will take place at 8:50 in the morning with the high tide at 2:42 in the afternoon. And that's going to do it for your boating forecast. It's time now for your international temperatures. And they are brought to you by Royal Star Assurance.
Just the other night, he had you snatched up, y'all really tight. I'm not that kind of...
And that's going to do it for your international temperatures, brought to you by Royal Star Assurance. But stay tuned, your extended weather forecast is still ahead.
Every time I see ya, I break that golden rule.
Have yourself a merry little Christmas.
Let your heart be light.
From now on, our troubles will be out of sight. Through the years, we all will be together.
If the fates allow.
Hang the shining star upon the highest bough.
A merry little Christmas now.
Our team at Cable Bahamas Limited and group of companies would like to wish you and your families a joyful and prosperous holiday and Happy New Year.
If you're a person with a disability, you need the Accessibility Bahamas app. It gives you one-touch access for emergency services and can connect you with the sign language interpreter. Download from Google Play or the App Store for free. The Accessibility Bahamas app is user-friendly for persons with disabilities, gives you the latest news and NEMA alerts, connects you with government services, and soon you'll be able to book accessible transportation and see job listings. Download for free today.
NBA League Pass is the coolest way to watch the hottest game there is. When threes rain down and superstars heat up. When clutch jumpers splash and your team is fire. You'll be there for up to 40 games a week. Any way you want to watch. NBA League Pass. Order now.
It's electric.
The pandemic has been not so kind to so many people in our community. And when we think about how we fared coming off the pandemic, we're trying to find meaningful ways to continue to give back.
So with the Together platform, it allows people to be able to give back, to make small donation, whether it's $20 or whatever you can give, to be able to give and to help those people who are in need.
Find a full variety of Butterball and Jenny-O turkeys plus regular and picnic hams at super value and quality supermarkets. Chicken leg quarters, 10-pound bag, 89 cents per pound. Devon corned beef, 12 ounce, $2.79. Mazola Plus vegetable oil, 96 ounce, $8.99. Sunny Delight smooth or tangy drinks, 64 ounce, 2 for $4. Baking potatoes, 5-pound bag, $3.99. Free calendars at Super Value and Quality Supermarkets.
Throughout our lifetime, we must all make decisions. No matter how we choose, the right one just needs to be made. Like having J.S. Johnson Insurance Agents and Brokers as your insurance partner. We've been serving the Bahamas for over 100 years. Whether you need home, motor, marine, or commercial insurance, make the right decision. Call 397-2100 or visit jsjohnson.com.
JS Johnson Insurance, peace of mind.
This is ZNS Total Sports.
Welcome to your Thursday Sports, everyone. I'm Amajal Knowles with the team's star player out due to injury. Bahamian big man DeAndre Ayton continuing to rise to the occasion for the Phoenix Suns. Ayton closed Wednesday's 127-102 loss to the Washington Wizards with 31 points, going 14 of 22 from the field, hitting 1 3-pointer to go along with 7 rebounds, 3 assists, and 2 steals over 36 minutes of action. With Devin Booker unavailable due to a groin injury, Ayton stepped up for the Suns and set a new season scoring high. The fifth-year center has looked good since returning from a minor ankle injury earlier this month, averaging 22.8 points, 10 boards, and just under a block in the last 6 games while shooting 62% from the floor. Phoenix will definitely need to lean on Ayton heavily with Booker out for at least the next 4 weeks. Next up for the Suns will be a matchup with the Raptors tomorrow. The Suns currently are 20-15 on the year. Also from the association, continuing to rack up some big performances over the past few weeks is Bahamian sharpshooter Buddy Hield, who recently dropped a season-high 29 points against the Atlanta Hawks. Buddy on what's been the inspiration behind his recent hot streak.
No, just staying humble and working, man. Being at peace, coming there every early day, working with the coaches. I think that we still got a team. We had a group of guys that love to play the game of basketball, love to work. And having a group of coaches like Jenny and Lloyd Press and Ron, and even guys on the back bench, Pargo, Mo, Coach Cal, you know, those that staying on you, encouraging you each and every day, stay with it, even in the ups and down days, you know, and sometimes like a bad loss like yesterday, and coming and bounce back, you know, staying locked in. So just trying to stay locked in, be a pro, you know, and one thing with this league, you know, when you have one bad game, you get another night to prove yourself, less than 24 hours or 48 hours. So staying locked in my work, staying in my craft, and just trying to use this season to where I can like make a next step as being a leader, as a better shooter.
From the collegiate ranks, the Southern Utah Thunderbirds securing their 10th win of the season last night, defeating the New Mexico State Aggies 79-75. Bahamian Lou Rawls Tum Nairn, a part of the team's coaching staff, serving as an assistant. This is Nairn's first season on the bench. The Thunderbirds finished 23-12 last season and 14-6 in the Big Sky Conference. They made the transition to the Western Athletic Conference for the 2022-2023 season. During his playing days, Tum rose from a little-known recruit to a highly sought-after Division I prospect. He went on to play 4 seasons for the Michigan State Spartans and was a part of 2 Big Ten championship teams while reaching the Final Four in his freshman season of 2015. And the New Providence Basketball Association on their holiday break, but just before the stoppage, the UB Mingles were looking to reverse the team's losing streak. They took on the TMT Giants. They would get out to a good start, 22-16 lead after one, but the Mingles would fall apart in the remainder of the game and let the Giants steal this one 89-73.
We lost a lot of ground in the second quarter, and we never really made up. We had some good spurts in the second half. We got closer. I thought we had some good spurts, like I said, but we couldn't stop we couldn't defend and get stops. Ultimately, like I said, this is a very young team, and they're learning as they go. We're getting better. We're definitely getting better, so I'm proud.
And that's been a look at your sports on this Thursday. A check on weather when we return.
This is ZNS Total Sports.
Want to have a sweet new year?
Spend a minimum of $12 on any Hershey's Kisses or chocolate and take your receipt to Pritchard's on Robinson Road. You could win up to $2,500. There'll be 9 winners. Enter today.
This Christmas season, stream with faster speeds. The unforgettable things we all have to see. Share every memory. Link up for Christmas. Link up with BTC. We are family.
BTC will make this festive season fun and fast with BTC's fiber internet. Sign up and BTC will give you 1 month free or go postpaid and get unlimited Facebook and WhatsApp.
Link up for Christmas. Link up with BTC.
Are you a contractor or new homeowner? Maybe you need a few pieces of lumber for your DIY projects. Welcome to Capital Lumber, the newest building materials company in the Bahamas. Located on Parkgate Road, Nassau, helping you to maximize your savings on lumber, cement, shingles, tools, and much more. Your one-stop shop for all your building essentials. With free delivery to the mail booth, visit us today. Capital Lumber, build strong.
Almost every journey starts with your car. We spend most of the early stages of our lives anticipating getting our first set of wheels. When that moment finally comes, let AID be there for all your auto needs. Make it yours by accessorizing, maintaining, and repairing your car with AID. Whether you're a professional mechanic, a recent graduate, a full-time mom, or an I can fix that kind of guy. Or if you're completely clueless about what your car needs, AID will assist in providing a large variety of auto parts, a diagnostic center, and great customer service. For all life's auto journeys, we're here. AID, all you really need and more.
Of the Bahamas. Fly away.
Time now for weather.
In our final look at weather, satellite pictures still showing a little bit of moisture lingering around the northwest Bahamas, and that could lead to 1 or 2 isolated showers, even thunderstorms sometime tomorrow. We'll tell you about that in a short while. Tonight, though, we're going in for partly cloudy and warm conditions. Low temperature just around 72 degrees. And tomorrow, it's going to be partly sunny in the morning and afternoon. You can get an isolated thunderstorm popping up as a result of that moisture working its way through the northwest Bahamas, but that will be rather brief, and there's only about a 20% chance of that happening. 82 degrees for your high temperature tomorrow. Your extended weather forecast say for the possibility of an isolated shower thunderstorm. The rest of the day on Friday is going to be pretty much okay. And as we head into the weekend, lots of sunshine carrying us right into the early part of next week. We have now warm up back into the 80s, and those nighttime temperatures once again resides in the low 70s. Jamanita.
Thanks, Basil. Well, that does it for the Bahamas tonight. Thank you for continuing to make ZNS your first choice for news and information. Only the sun covers the Bahamas better than ZNS. From all of us here at ZNS, thank you for watching and good night.
Between 2000